Welcome to this tutorial on Confluence. In this video, I will show you what Confluence is, how it works, and how it integrates with Jira, all with real hands-on demo. Imagine working in a team where documents are scattered across the emails, Google Docs, or WhatsApp messages and local folders. Finding the latest version of the file becomes a nightmare, and knowledge gets lost, and collaboration slows down. So this is exactly the problem that Confluence solves. Confluence is a powerful collaboration and knowledge management tool. It acts as a central workspace where teams can create, organize, share, and collaborate on content in real time. Without Confluence, teams struggle with scattered information, maybe version confusion, lack of transparency, poor collaboration. So with Confluence, everything is centralized, searchable, and structured. Before we go deeper, let's understand how Confluence differs from Jira. Jira is primarily used for tracking work, that is your tasks, bugs, development progress. Confluence, on the other hand, is used for document knowledge, including your project documentation, the meeting notes, maybe SOPs, and collaboration content. So think of it this way, that Jira answers what are we working on, and on the other hand, Confluence answers what do we know and how do we share it. So they work best together. Jira tracks execution while Confluence captures the knowledge. Confluence is fundamentally a collaboration platform. It allows multiple users across the teams, including the developers, testers, HR, managers, to work together on a shared content in real time. Without a workspace, communication becomes fragmented. So Confluence solves this by providing real-time editing, the shared pages, central knowledge. Confluence is not just a document editor, it is a structured knowledge system. Organizations do not create content, they need to store and retrieve, standardize, and trust all the information over the time. We are going to explore the key strengths and features of Confluence. We will start with content management, in which we will learn how to create and organize and maintain structured information within a page or a space, so your content stays clear and accessible. Next, we will look at powerful search capabilities that helps you quickly find the information you need, even across large and complex workspaces. We will also dive into Confluence templates, which allows you to standardize content creation and save time by using pre-built structures for common use cases. A key highlight is integration with Jira, enabling seamless collaboration between the project tracking and documentation, so your teams can stay aligned and work more efficiently. Then we will cover page and file versioning, showing how you track changes, restore previous versions, and maintain a clear history of updates. Feedback features will also be explored, including comments and collaboration tools that make it easy for the teams to discuss, improve, and review the content together. In addition, we will go through user management and permissions that helps us to control access and ensure security and manage who can view or edit the content within your workspace. Throughout the session, you will not only learn these features in detail but also have a complete hands-on experience that helps you to apply these concepts in real-world scenarios. Before we start working with Confluence, it is important to understand the different versions available. Confluence comes in mainly two deployment options. One is the cloud version and second is the data center, which is self-managed. Cloud version is hosted by Atlassian and accessed directly through your browser. There is no installation required and it is tightly integrated with the Atlassian ecosystem. In fact, when you use tools like Jira, Confluence is available within the same environment. That is, both tools can be accessed by a single platform and they can work seamlessly together. On the other hand, the data center version is installed and managed by organizations on their own servers, and this is typically used by large enterprises that require full control over the infrastructure. Now, within the cloud version, there are different plans, including free plan, standard plan, premium plan. For this course or a tutorial, we will be using the cloud free version. Now let's see and discuss why we have chosen the free version, because it is more than enough to learn the core concepts like spaces, pages. So the goal is to build a strong foundation, and the cloud free version gives you real product experience, no setup complexity, and direct exposure to how teams actually work. However, just to set expectations, the free version does have some limitations. For example, a limited number of users, basic permission controls, limited automation features, storage restrictions, and no advanced analytics. In paid plans like standard and premium, you get advanced permission management, detailed page insights and analytics, automation capabilities, higher storage limits, and better scalability for large teams. But importantly, the core experience remains the same. So in this tutorial, we will be using the cloud version, working within the same ecosystem as Jira, and focusing on building practical real-world skills stepwise. One of the most important concepts in Confluence is spaces and pages. A space is like a department level container or a folder system, and page is like an individual document inside that folder. But here's the key difference from traditional folders. Spaces are not just the storage, they are collaboration environments with permissions, structure, and purpose. Unlike normal folders, spaces are intelligent. They include the permissions, the structure, and collaboration. Because in real organizations, HR, engineering, and projects all need separate, organized environments. HR needs its own control documentation, engineering needs technical documentation, projects need isolated knowledge spaces. So without this separation, everything becomes cluttered and insecure. So this hierarchy ensures logical organization. Without this structure, the documentation becomes chaotic and unusable over the time. So let's create these spaces one by one. First, create the engineering space. You can go to create button and then move to space. Here dialog box opens up. You enter the name of the space and the purpose, like whether it is for collaboration or it will be a knowledge base. Once you are done with these two steps, then space is automatically created. You can then move on to top right button and view all the created spaces from there. Let's view the engineering space that we just created. Within Confluence, users have the capability to efficiently manage and customize their workspace through a variety of options and settings. A space can be personalized by marking it as a favorite using the star feature that allows for quick and convenient access. Users can also configure watch settings to stay informed about the updates and changes within the space. Additionally, the version history is available, enabling user to view the past modifications and maintain transparency over the time. The platform further allows integration with applications, enhancing the functionality and collaboration, like for example Slack, integration with Slack and other applications. Content management is also streamlined as users can organize, copy or move the pages within the space as needed. Finally, administrative control. You can delete a space when it is no longer required, and ensuring that the workspace remains structured and up to date. Now let's create pages inside the space. Create a page named API documentation and publish. Once you publish it, it will confirm the space in which you are trying to create a page. The very first page will be created as a parent page. Subsequent pages can be created under this parent page or as separate pages depending on how you want to structure your space. So this page is created. Similarly, create other pages like a deployment guide and bug analysis report pages inside the engineering space, and then create two pages like leave policy and employee onboarding in the HR space. And this is similar to the real world document management, in which a space is represented as an department, folder represents a page hierarchy, and document represents a page. But unlike folders, like I said previously, the spaces also include the permissions and the collaboration stuff. You can expand the page tree to view the full structure of the content within the space, allowing for easier navigation across different sections and pages. Additionally, by selecting the option to show child pages, you can display all subordinate pages under a parent page, providing a clear and more organized view of the content hierarchy. Furthermore, Confluence offers a range of built-in templates such as those for meeting notes or other common use cases, and allowing the user to create structured and you can say consistent content efficiently. So content management in Confluence includes creating, organizing, maintaining and deleting the content. The editor is designed to be simple but yet powerful. You can format the text, you can create tables, embed images and video, link document, use macros for dynamic content. So this is important because teams need more than just a plain text. They need structured, rich and interactive documentation. When you create a new page within a space, this is the view you are presented with, a clean and flexible workspace designed to help you build the content effortlessly. From here you can transform the way you can create and organize information using a complete set of powerful tools. Start by formatting your text to communicate with impact. Use headings, bolds, italics, colors, styles to structure your content and draw attention to key ideas. Whether you are writing a documentation or notes, great formatting makes everything easier to read and understand. Next, create tables to bring structure to your information. Tables help you organize data, compare the details and present the content in a clean and easy to scan layout that is perfect for plans, reports and requirements. Bring your pages to life by embedding images and videos. So visual content adds context, and this improves the engagement and help explaining the ideas faster than the text alone. Whether it is a screenshot, diagram or a video walkthroughs, everything can be seamlessly integrated. There are several built-in styles available for the text. For example, paragraphs, headings, quotes. Basic functionality to update the font color, make again bold text and make the text italics is also provided. The user can add links to other web pages or other Confluence pages in the Confluence document for easy reference. You can insert a code into a page to display the code with proper syntax highlighting, and this is particularly useful for technical documentation or sharing programming examples. The information panel allows you to highlight important information within a colored panel, making it visually stand out for readers. The quote option helps you insert a quotation or a citation, helping to reference the text clearly and elegantly within your page. The decision macro is used to capture the decisions in a structured format, making them easy to track and review during projects or meetings. A divider can be inserted to separate the content with horizontal line, helping to visually organize the sections of your page. The expand macro allows you to insert collapsible content, so this enables the readers to expand or hide the details as needed, keeping your page concise and navigable. With these features combined, you can create the content that is not just informative but also structured, interactive, and built for collaboration. One of the most important or powerful features of Confluence is its full text search. It doesn't just search the titles. It can search the page content, comments, attachments. Without search, users waste time browsing endlessly. But with Confluence Search, you can instantly find a meeting note or a requirement or even a comment from months ago. For example, searching API error will show the documentation pages, the developer discussions in comments and related files. Search in Confluence goes beyond basic keyword matching. As organizations grow, thousands of pages are created. So simple search is not enough, obviously, so users need some precision. This is where CQL, Confluence Query Language, comes in. Because users do not just want to search the text, they want to search context. For example, maybe pages created by a specific user, or pages in a specific space, pages with a specific label, or pages updated in the last 7 days. So simple keyword search cannot handle this level of filtering. So the purpose of advanced search is the precision, the speed, the context-aware results. Without it, large-scale documentation becomes unmanageable. Now if I search API, Confluence returns all the related content, not just titles but also text inside the pages. So this shows how search works across spaces unless filtered. When I write space is equals to HR, shows only HR results. I will walk you through some important limitations of Confluence search and show you how to use advanced techniques to get better results. So we will cover exact match searches, stop words, some special characters, wildcards, exclusion, or combining some search terms. So let's start with the limitation with exact match search. You might think that enclosing a phrase in double quotes will always return that exact phrase, but Confluence has some limitations. Confluence ignores some common words called stop words like and, the, or, and it. Even if these are included inside your double quotes, they will be ignored. For example, consider this text, the IT budget. When you search this, then the result only shows the pages that contains budget. That is, the and IT in this text are ignored. Similarly, Confluence ignores symbols such as hyphen, underscores, or other punctuation. For example, doc-8510, it results in pages in which the doc and 8510 appear, but not necessarily the exact format like doc hyphen, so hyphen gets ignored. Then let's go through some you can say tips or techniques to get better results. Wildcard allows you to replace one or more characters in your search, making your search more flexible. For multiple characters, you can use an asterisk at the end of the word. For example, print asterisk finds printer, printing, prints, and strings like that. Similarly, you can use multiple asterisks in a word. For example, R asterisk, C asterisk results in strings like react, recovery, refactor. To replace a single character, you can use a question mark. So this word with a question mark finds strings like butter, bitter, better. Second letter of your word is replaced by a single character. Sometimes you want to filter out certain words from your search results. Use not for a word to exclude it. For example, chalk, not cheese return the pages containing chalk but excludes cheese. Finally, you can combine the search terms using logical operators. Chalk or cheese return the pages containing either chalk or cheese, and operator like chalk and cheese returns only the pages that contains both chalk and cheese. So understanding these search limitations and techniques can save you a lot of time and help you to find the content you need in Confluence more efficiently. Now let's simulate advanced search. This is where CQL comes in. CQL is a powerful tool to search and filter content within Confluence. So with CQL you can construct complex queries to find specific pages, attachments, comments, or any other types of content within your Confluence instance. So this language operates similar to structured query language like SQL, but you can think of it as it is tailored for Confluence data structure. Before we start exploring Confluence Query Language, we need to make sure our instance has the necessary tools installed. SQL search is not available out of the box in Confluence Cloud or a server, so we need to install it along with ScriptRunner, which extends the Confluence search and automation capabilities. So let's see why should we install SQL search and ScriptRunner. SQL search enables advanced query capabilities that are far more precise than the default search. It allows filtering by fields, proximity, wildcards, and logical operators. ScriptRunner provides automation, enhanced search functions, and the ability to run scripts or SQL queries directly in spaces. It allows building reports and integrating search in Confluence macros. To install, move to Find New Apps, search for SQL search and click Install. Then search for ScriptRunner for Confluence and install it as well. So once installed, these apps extend the functionality of Confluence search bar and enable CQL Builder for advanced queries. After installation, navigate to a space, let's say our engineering space. In the left hand panel, open apps and select CQL search. This launches the CQL Builder where we can start constructing queries. With CQL search active, you can now perform precise search using field operators and special keywords. So equal matches the exact values, that tilde sign performs the fuzzy match. Current user function represents the user running the query. Empty matches the field with no value, and null matches fields that are not set. So open CQL Builder in engineering space and add the CQL element like title, then choose contains and write the text as API documentation. Now click search and this will retrieve the API documentation page. Wildcards help find variation of words by matching prefixes or patterns. For example, text and that sign and API asterisk. So this returns the document starting with API. Then range searches. You can filter pages or content by dates to narrow your search to a specific time frame. For example, consider this query like created is greater than equal to this date. So this creates a specific time frame. You can also perform sorting. So sorting allows you to prioritize your search results by date, title, or other fields. You must use specific fields like created or last modified depending on what you want to filter. For example, this query shows the most recently updated HR pages first. So this is done by order by keyword, and at the end we have written the descending operator. So this query searches for all the content of type page within the HR space in Confluence. It then sorts the results by the last modified date, displaying the most recently updated pages first. So in simple terms, it says like show me all the pages in the HR space starting with the ones that were updated most recently. By installing CQL Search and ScriptRunner and leveraging the SQL queries, we can precisely filter the Confluence content by fields and wildcards, dates, and operators. So this makes finding the right page faster, especially in large spaces with the structured content. Then Confluence templates. Confluence provides ready-made templates based on industry best practices. These templates help create structured content quickly without starting from the scratch, because not everyone knows how to structure documents properly. So templates ensure consistency, professional formatting, and fast documentation. Examples include meeting notes template, project plan, retrospective reports. So this reduces your effort and improves the quality across teams. Templates in Confluence are not just for convenience, so they enforce standardization across the teams, because inconsistent documentation leads to confusion, missing information, and poor decision making. And templates solve this by defining what sections should exist, so what information must be captured, and how the content should be structured. Now let's look at the type of templates provided. We have meeting notes templates that ensures meetings are documented consistently. That includes agenda, discussion points, and action items. Then we have project planning templates that helps in aligning before execution. That helps in aligning the teams before execution. We have goals, timelines, and deliverables. Then retrospective templates tell what went well and what didn't. So this encourages continuous improvement. Then we have knowledge-based templates that supports the customer or internal support teams, like facts and troubleshooting guides. And then we have product requirements templates that bridges the you can say business and development teams. That may include features, use cases, and acceptance criteria. So template exists to reduce the thinking effort and improve the quality, and especially maintaining consistency across the teams. Now let's see an example. Inside a space, for example your engineering space, from the left sidebar I'll scroll down and open the space settings and then go to templates to create a reusable structure. So create a simple template, for example a meeting notes template. with these details as shown on the screen. Now let's use this template to create a page. So for creating a page, you can click to create and then select meeting notes template and then click create page. So as you can see, the page is already structured. Users just need to fill in the details instead of creating everything from the scratch. So this is how templates help you to standardize the content, save time, and ensure the consistency across the teams. One of the biggest strengths of Confluence is its seamless integration with Jira. Since both are built by Atlassian, they work together naturally. So because documentation and execution shouldn't be disconnected. With seamless integration between Jira and Confluence, teams can directly link Jira tickets to relevant Confluence pages, and this ensures that all the project related information stays connected. So additionally, reports can also be generated, saving time and reducing manual effort. So this allows team to quickly gain insight into project status and performance and key metrics without having to compile data manually. Finally, the development progress can be directly tracked within the documentation. So this provides real-time visibility into ongoing work, helping stakeholders stay informed and aligned while keeping all context centralized and up to date. Integration with Jira is not just a feature, it solves a major organization problem, that is, the execution and documentation are often disconnected. Without integration, requirements are in the documents, tasks are in the Jira, and so this leads to misalignment, outdated documentation, and lack of visibility. So integration solves this issue by linking both the worlds, because documentation should reflect the real progress and teams need a single source of truth. This is the Jira issue page, like named as Epic Scrum 1, titled User Authentication and Account Management. And let's suppose I want to link this to the Confluence. Open the Jira and copy the link of the issue or epic that needs to be linked with Confluence. Paste Jira issue key in Confluence and press enter. So Confluence automatically converts it into a live smart link. It automatically recognizes the Jira issue and shows it as a live link with its current status. So by linking Jira issues like Scrum 1 in this case, we get live issue tracking without leaving Confluence and the context for development or documentation. So this makes easy traceability between the requirements and the tasks. Since Confluence is a collaborative tool, multiple users edit the content frequently. To manage this, Confluence automatically saves the version history, because changes need to be tracked and mistakes need to be reversible. With versioning, you can view the past actions or the past versions, compare the changes, you can restore or older versions. For example, if someone accidentally deletes important information, you can restore it instantly. So this ensures the data safety and you can say the accountability. Versioning in Confluence is not just about storing old copies, so it ensures trust, accountability, and safety. This acts as a safety net for collaboration. Let's start with a page that has been updated multiple times. So I'll open the page API documentation lying in the engineering space. So go to the space, open the API documentation title page, and go to version history. Here we see a list of all past versions, including the date, editor, and brief summary of the changes. You can track who made changes and understand how the content evolved, and you can see the versions like shown in the screen as v.1, v.2, v.3. So you can restore and delete the versions. Click an old version, for example version 2, and then click preview content. Notice how the endpoint section was updated. We can see exactly what the page looked like before the latest edit. Next, let's compare quickly the versions to identify what was modified. In page history, select two versions like version 2 and version 3, for example. Then click compare selected version. The comparison page, green text indicates that lines were added. Red text with text through indicate that lines that were removed. Dotted lines indicate the formatting has changed. For example, since I changed the text to bold, it now appears with a dotted line. So this helps you to quickly identify modifications and avoid manual rereading of entire documents. Finally, let's see how to restore an old version. This is a safety net for collaboration. So in page history, Select the version you want to restore, for example version 2 maybe. Restore this version, confirm the restore. So the page is reverted to the selected version, and Confluence automatically creates a new version of the restore action. So this helps you to revert some if there is any incorrect update and ensure that the collaboration is safe. Without versioning, changes would override history and mistakes would be irreversible, but versioning ensures transparency and control and reliability of the information. Confluence allows users to add comments directly on pages, so this enables discussions and feedback and collaboration without leaving the document, because communication should happen where the content exists. So instead of long email threads, users comment directly, feedback stays linked to that content, and discussions are searchable. So manager can view a document, for example, and leave suggestions directly on specific sections. Go to engineering space and open the deployment guide. First I'll add a general comment at the bottom of the page. So scroll to the bottom of the page and click add comment and type this text as for example, can we update this section with the latest server configuration steps? So the comment appears below the page content. Other users can reply to or like the comment. So this enables asynchronous feedback and keeps the discussion contextual and visible. Next, we can add inline comments on a specific text or for more precise feedback. Highlight a line in a step section. For example, let's highlight this line, run build command. Then click comment in the small pop-up and type, should we mention which environment this build runs in? Now others can click to this and reply to it. This matters because feedback is directly tied to the relevant text, and this reduces the confusion in case of collaborative editing. So other team members can reply to the existing comments or continue the discussion. Click reply on the comment and type a response. Once the feedback has been addressed, we can resolve the comments to keep the page clean. For example, click resolve on a comment. The comment disappears from the main view but remains in the history. This keeps the page tidy and ensures that everyone knows which feedback has been addressed. We can also mention users to notify them directly. So in a comment, type @ and then name of person or user. So summarize comments in Confluence allows you to share the feedback directly with the context and collaborate without leaving the document, and track your discussions and decisions and resolve the issues while maintaining the accountability. Confluence provides powerful user and permission management. Admins can control who can view, who can edit, and who can administer, and permissions can be set as both the page and space level, because not all the information should be accessible to everyone. For example, we can have HR documents as restricted, and we can and must make the company policies open to all. So this ensures the security while maintaining the collaboration. So on free plans, some features like granular space level permissions are restricted. Let's see what is possible. Go to the engineering space and then click space settings. When you click users to manage access, Confluence shows a prompt if you are on a free plan. Here you can see existing users but cannot modify the individual permissions unless you upgrade. So on a free plan, space level permissions can't be edited individually, and the system allows two options. Either you try it for free, like upgrade to a paid plan, or second option is to grant all users permissions for this space, that is quickly provide everyone access at the same permission level. So let's start with the trial version. Here in users, admins can now manage exactly who has access to this space and what they can do. The interface shows each user, their type like user, user class or app, and their role in the space. Review the list of users and apps. You can identify the roles like collaborator who can view or edit the content, or an admin that can administer the space and manage the permissions. So this list shows all people and apps associated with the space along with their roles. You can see a mix of individual users, user classes like all Confluence users, and apps that require admin permissions for their functionality. Click role drop down next to a user or a group. Select a new role, that is view only, can view pages but not edit. Collaborator, this can view and edit. Or admin, that has full admin rights. To change permissions, simply select a role from a drop-down menu, and this immediately updates what the user or a group can do in the space. So let's see how to add new users or groups. So click the search for users, groups or guest bar. Type the name of a user or a group. Assign a role, either collaborator or admin, and click on add. If a user is no longer needed to access, you can remove them quickly. So this helps in maintaining the security and ensures that only the right person have the right to access. And that wraps up our hands-on session with Confluence today. We explored how to create, organize and collaborate on the content seamlessly, turning ideas into shared knowledge. Remember, the key for getting the most out of Confluence is the consistency and collaboration. Thanks for joining in, and happy collaborating with Confluence.